Greetings.
Hello,
I am the angel Death Haniel.
Death Haniel.
No, I was going to say the angel of destiny first,
Oh,
but I am actually Haniel.
oh, I see. Hi, Haniel. Thank you for coming.
You are welcome.
So,
What can I help you with?
do you want to answer the question about free will and choice of and free choice for angels? Do you guys have the free choice and free will?
We do have some free will, but it is not like what you receive on your world. We
Hmm.
have free will to, on our spare time, to do what we want to do, to enter into relationships, to be who we are as the angel that we were created to be. That gives us a personality, just having a destiny. You understand that?
Uh-huh.
So our personalities and destinies are set together, and that cannot be changed. And so, if we wanted to change our destiny, we could not. In that way, we have no free will. We have no free will when it comes to what God wants us to do. If He asks us to do for Him a deed, an errand, a communication, that we must do. We cannot choose not to. So, in that way, we have no free will. However, outside of these kinds of decisions and these kinds of thought processes, we are free to be ourselves with our own personalities, make acquaintances and friends with other beings and other angels. So, therefore, that is a sort of free will that we can be part of. We also can marry or have children, but those children are part of God's judgment as well. And so they will have a destiny, they will have a reason for being, and they will have the same free will as we have.
How do you make children?
Outside of the realm of angels, well, let me start this way. In the realm of angels, in that particular realm, there is no sexuality. There is nothing that would say whether we are male or female. Outside of the realm of angels, we can have sexuality. We can choose to look male or female. You may say Gabriel is a male. You may say Haniel, that is me, is a female. But that is what we choose to represent outside of the realm of angels. Once we enter another realm, we can have sexuality. This is how it has always been. Are you there?
Can you hear
It
me?
is Yes, it
Okay.
is interesting that you would ask that because for many millions and billions and trillions of years, angels did not have any sexuality or identity other than the one given by God. But once Lucifer left and showed that he could have sexuality in another realm, be different in another realm, the angels were then stirred to want to have these kinds of relationships. So, without God sending us all away, He allowed us to move out of the realm to do what we wanted in a little greater way. So to keep us with himself.
So the children of angels, do they have special angelic DNA?
Yes.
How much?
The angels of children, we can mate outside of the realm of angels. So they can have 100% angel DNA if that is the case. Most of the time, or I'd say 50% of the time, angels recreate with creation beings or beings that are in the same dimensional space, but are not part of the angelic realm.
Ah, so these would be hybrids,
Correct.
and so the 100% angelic children, children with 100% angelic DNA, do they become angels?
Yes.
Ah, how about the hybrids? Do they become
Not
angels?
necessarily. They do not necessarily become angels, but they are part of God's ownership in the sense that they will have listen to God and what he has to say, and they will have to obey all the things that he will tell them.
And we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we.
No, you don't. You have
Right.
free will to believe what you want to believe.
Okay.
He is experimenting with many species to see if they will understand who he is without forcing them to. It is your own free will to understand who God is, how he operates, and if he operates at all in your mind. You are free to be a separate entity from God. We are not.
Right. Thanks. So, but when you're on a mission, uh, you still need to make choices, right?
The choices are usually made for us. We go, he tells us what specifically we will be doing, and we go do it. If there is a problem, yes, decisions will have to be made. Let me give you an example of that. An angel came to earth and spoke to a man and once had to wrestle with him in the desert to make him understand God's purpose for him because he was not willing to do so just by the angel telling him the message of God. He fought with the angel, and the angel fought back.
So it was a choice.
He made that choice to fight with this person so that they would understand God's purpose.
So the angels have a certain freedom of choice.
They have what?
So the angels have a certain freedom of choice.
A certain one, yes. I wouldn't say that God agreed with what this angel did, but he was able to do it because he was not in the realm of angels.
Right. So when you come here, you can decide certain things.
Yes, there is some decision making that can be made when we enter the earth. Also, if we decide that we want to be human, we become human and are no longer angels. We are human.
Right. So in the area of in your realm, do you have any? Do you make any choices, or how do you function
In the area of what?
in your realm?
No, we listen completely to what God has to say in the angelic realm. That's where we get our missions. That's where we get our information from God and actually speak to Him. Outside of that realm, the nine realms of angels, that is where we can make some decisions on our own.
So how do you live if you don't make any choices? Like you run like a program?
In the angelic realm, we have a great amount of joy, a great amount of understanding of love, purity, and grace. Many things that are very wonderful and difficult to leave. When you are in the angelic realm, it is rare that anyone goes outside of it except for this free will experience. Most of the angels that are there, such as Michael and Metatron, choose to stay there and not come out to do these kinds of free will choices.
Say Michael speaks to us through a channeler. He still need to make certain speech and make certain choices during speaking, right?
That is because he is in this realm. But he is only in this realm because God gave him permission to come to it. That is a little different. God will
Mhm.
guide his voice and his thought process while he is speaking so that he is not in error.
Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting. Thank you.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
so can people change their destiny? Humans.
Yes, of course.
How do we do this?
You make a commitment to something else. Remember, you have free will. Destiny is not necessarily a part of every human life. You may come to Earth with a destiny that is uh, God oriented, but it does not mean that you will fulfill it or even go with it after a certain age.
But I'm talking to different extrasensory people, and they say they can see the destiny of others. They can read their palms, or they can see their aura, and they can tell how much the person will live, and they can see some destinies. So what about that? So there is some destiny.
Destiny still can change. They are looking at the destiny from that moment on. If it were a straight destiny from that moment, this is what they are seeing. However, most of these seers are seeing only one pathway. If you make decisions, if you change your mind, that pathway changes. You would have to go back to them and have that pathway looked at again because they will see it changed.
I see. I see. Excellent. Thank you. That's what I thought. Now, can you look at me? Um, I'm sort of trying to birth my new path in my destiny, and I don't know if it's born yet.
Your new path has already started. It is already in action because of the work that you are doing, because of the thought processes that are coming to mind. However, negativity is trying to destroy this pathway by causing pain and discomfort. You will become disoriented and forgetful about your pathway when you are considering the pain and the upset within your personage. If this was not happening, you would be more aligned with the purpose of the future.
So how should I deal with that?
You must not believe that it is there to stay. You must believe that there is miracles and that the energies will change because You have the power within you to overcome all things that are in your path. It is just that you feel guilt about some things. And so sometimes you bring these pains on yourself as a punishment. But you should not feel that way. This is a time for you to move forward. This is a time for you to cleanse. Try cleansing yourself in every way possible. But first of all, with the love of God through you, He is adoring you and He is wanting you to complete the things that you have started. You are one of the people He has sent to earth to change destiny, destiny of the earth, information of the earth. And so you must understand you have purpose far beyond what you understand you do. It may not seem like much to you now, but where it leads and what happens after you are gone will lead, your information will lead people in many different directions of greater and deeper understanding of things that God wants them to know.
Thank you. Um, so financial troubles.
You
What can
do,
I do?
you should not ever have them. Your wish is our command, basically, but you must believe that we are willing to give you what you need. You feel stifled, but you are the one that stifles yourself. Just allow, feel good, move forward. The money is coming.
Thank you.
Money is no problem for us. We can manipulate it.
Um, do you have any advice on how to rearrange my energies? Because it looks like I'm falling back into the sickness. When I get well, I somehow something happens within me, and I fall back into the sickness. How do I hold the healthy state?
Mind, body, soul, spirit, emotion. These are all connected. I will heal them and align them, and you should feel well, because this is the way you should be, in alignment. Remember, if you are out of alignment, then things can happen to your health, to your thought processes, to your understanding, to your emotions. When you are in alignment, things are much easier to move through. You can move through hard emotions, hard pain, and hard thought processes much more easily. And I will put your chakras in alignment. I will put your being in alignment if that's what you wish. So your
Absolutely.
energies will be aligned with what you are meant to do. Remember, you are the one that takes them out of alignment, and you may do so as soon as I put them into alignment. But I hope that that will not happen. I want you to feel and experience your truth, at least for a short while.
Thank you.
And you know, ah, yes, let it happen. Feel it, believe it, because without your beliefs, there is nothing. What you believe is, because you create what is from your beliefs. Feel this energy. Ah, it's very soothing. It's around your head. From your head, it will align the body. All the neurons in the brain are being rearranged. The 2 billion, then to the heart with the 40,000 neurons, and then to the gut with the 250 neurons. There are neurons throughout the body. There is a reason for this. They must govern you and think independently of one another, but they all must think together alike. So let that happen, that the brain energy comes to the heart and then to the gut. Very well. Allow it.
Thank you. I allow it.
Because the 250 million neurons in your gut govern your urinary tract system. And so, when they are out of understanding or not aligned with the other understandings, they will cause problems.
What can I do to align them?
I just did.
Okay.
Allow them to continue to align. Because if you continue to allow them to align, you will feel the difference. Your neurons control your body, and so therefore believe that they will align. What other questions do you have for me?
That relates directly to the fear. So I hear that new events are coming to the planet.
It is true.
Is there anything you can tell about them?
The new events will be here to wake people up. Even those that think that they are awake are still somewhat asleep. They
Mhm.
are realizing only part of who God is or part of what God wants for them. These things will bring them into a frightening understanding of who God is and what his power can do. The thing is, he does not wish to harm anyone, although there will be some that will be harmed. There will be some that are in the way at the time of the great catastrophe. But other than that, there will be other things coming. Speakers and those that have great knowledge telling the earth about the new Tesla understanding, the new creative forces that are here, about the aliens that are here, about the aliens that are coming to visit, about the angels that are coming, about the purpose of the world, about the way the earth must be. Right now, it is shut down still. It is being tested. It is being persecuted. But there is worse persecution to come because man rebels.
The last thing I didn't get. So
There
man
is more
rebels.
persecution to come because man rebels.
Yeah, I understand the words. I just don't understand the meaning.
It
So
means that man is rebelling against God. And as he
uh-huh.
continues to do so, there will be tighter restrictions and greater uh, free will that is being blocked. Until man opens his eyes and discovers the freedom in God, his physical life will be blocked and his free will not be as great.
Uh-huh. Is it
That
like
does
one
not
by one?
mean that does not mean that every man, woman, and child will have this pressure. But those that do not understand who God is may see it in a greater way.
Right.
Remember who I am. I am the angel of destiny. I know the destiny of this world as it should be. It
Hmm.
has not always panned out to be what it should be, but it will in the end be what it can be and should be.
How do you work? How do you achieve your purposes?
We come in and bring information to the world at the appropriate times for changes to be made. Some of this information is very positive, such as the development of the telephone or alternate current or things of this nature. But some can be more spiritually oriented and more disease or thought oriented. The bubonic plague. This showed mankind that God can be devastating, but he was also very merciful in many ways during that time. You would have to have been there to understand what I mean.
Right. So are we expecting, we are hoping to see the disclosure and the first open contact.
That will be, go ahead.
Is it coming?
It is. That depends on you how quickly it comes, not on you personally. I meant you as a species.
Uh-huh.
Your species is not ready. Not quite yet, but getting much closer.
How many timelines are there?
There are countless timelines, but they are enough to, they are more than what you can believe is there. But it is that they are here for a reason and for God's understanding and not yours.
I feel like I'm shifting from one timeline to another pretty frequently. Is it right?
Yes, sometimes that is necessary. This is a day and age where that has happened more than in the past. The reason for your shifting timelines is to bring realization to you and to bring understanding to you and to see something on that timeline that you bring back to this one.
Oh, so I'm coming back? I'm oscillating back and forth?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Interesting. So do timelines merge pretty frequently?
Sometimes they merge, but it is dangerous when they do. But they have merged several times in the last several years, and we are trying to keep them apart now more diligently.
Uh-huh. I was thinking that there are branches, like individual branches, like my timelines that merge.
They are branch spokes from a wheel,
Mm-hmm.
and when they overlap, it is unnatural what happens.
Mm. So it's not natural for timelines to split and merge?
No,
Hmm. I was thinking that merging is normal.
merging is not normal. Shifting is, meaning that you go from one timeline to another, but merging of timelines can be disastrous.
Uh-huh. Now, what happens to the personal character after death. Like, suppose a person incarnates 1,000 times. So do all 1,000 characters sort of merge together, or do they work independently?
They are independent, but they merge behind the chakras. They are there to be found if you wish to find them, but they do not interact with this lifetime unless you want them to. Also, sometimes past lives can come into this life when they are higher frequencies that need to be here for this purpose, for this life that you are going to live. But most of the time, people come in completely blank and have to learn what the density is about.
So, are these past incarnations, these characters, do they actually continue to function somehow? Do they live, or are they kind of dormant?
They are not dormant, they all exist at once. It is like, this is not a great example, but it is an example for you to maybe understand. See a picture, a very large mural with all your lifetimes on it. And then you are here in the middle.
Mhm.
The middle is the now, but all the other lifetimes are happening also. But the one in focus is the one that you are part of.
Um, I think, but you know, it's all the picture from the perspective of me. Now, how
Yes,
about from the, how do they feel? How do these individual characters feel after death? Do they disappear somewhere? Do they live life, or what happens to them from their
they are all
perspective?
there. They are, you can call on your particular nows. You can relive the past when you learn how. You can go anywhere in your history, your future or past when you learn how. They are all there.
You are still talking from my perspective. I wondered from their perspective. But let's take it another example. I die. Someday I will die, and then I will come home to the spirit world, and then there will be lots more incarnations. What will happen to this my character? How would I feel when new incarnations happen?
You will be able to find this character because it existed. It is part of this now. And once you go to the Oversoul, you'll see all the beings that you used to be. You'll see all the things that you've ever done. You'll have the Akashic records of who you are. Your subconscious in this life is recording every moment of your life and will bring that into the next life and also match up with the Akashic records of you as well. So there will be a perfect remembrance.
Uh, you're talking again from outside of this character. But
Yes, I am.
what does the character feel after death? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That character, that
Correct.
personality.
What you feel after death is another life. You feel energy. You feel that you are still alive. There is no end to the life that you are living. It just transmutes into another form. It is just another way of experiencing life. It is not the same as this, nor would it be the same in any other species. It is transmuted into the energy form that is the origin of your existence.
Okay, so after death, after leaving this body, I exist. Now I spend some time and do something like live some life in the spirit world, and then I decide to incarnate. So after I incarnate, the next time, what happens to my previous character? What should I feel? Do I feel like my life stopped, or do I continue functioning independently on my new incarnation?
You independently function on your new incarnation till you go back to the Oversoul and are united with all the others. But remember, if you want to recall any of those lives, they are behind the chakras and are with you always.
But how do they feel being there?
They do not feel at all. You haven't called on them, and so they are not able to reach out to you. You must reach out to them.
So, well, you, I think you still don't understand my question. I understand what you said, but suppose I am that in the future, someday I die, then I go to Oversoul, then I go to the spirit world, then I go to Oversoul, and then there is another incarnation of me, and we meet. Do we, then another incarnation of me and I are from different lifetimes? How do we relate to each other?
That is up to you. You may relate to each other very well and understand the familiarity that you have together. Other, or you may want to not understand that experience and reject it.
So suppose we meet and we understand each other. So there is like two versions of me in the spirit world, and I as my now lifetime, and I as my future lifetime. We can do something together.
If you wish,
What can we do?
whatever you wish. In the Oversoul,
What are the freedoms there?
there are many. It is a very creative place. All of the things that you can think of to do are available in the Oversoul.
So we can have sex?
Yes,
Ah, okay, so that's good enough. So I'm just no, I'm joking, but in another way, basically, it's just an illustration of freedom. So I have some of free choice over there, right? Because
you
I'm not
have
the
all
energy.
free choice there because you are you there and you control your own energy in that space.
So I'm not an angel, so I have free will and free choice, even in the spirit world,
Correct.
even in oversoul.
Yes.
But some souls degrade and get sort of recycled.
There are no recyclings. That is a rumor.
Oh, really? Okay. So,
Your time is up.
oh, really? Oh, wow. Yes. You know the time better than I do. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was a very helpful and very pleasant conversation, and very healing. Thank you very much.
Much love to you
Much love.
and many blessings.
Many blessings. Thank you.
Hello?
Jim, thank you. Welcome back.
Thanks. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Very good. All right, I'm going to get ready for my next one. I'll talk to you
Yes.
later.
See you in 2 weeks.
No, actually I'll be out of town on the 9th.
Okay.
So it'll be a little while. I am going to visit my goddaughter, and that's the only weekend I have to go.
Sure. So I will see you in 4 weeks then.
Okay. Love you.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.